Let me get my people. Okay. Hey, I'm good. Good evening, guys. I got a new chair. Look at. Ooh. Hey. I got a new chair. I'm excited. Mine was like I had another white one, but it was like white and pink and it died like within the first year. And then I had my normal black and blue one that I've had since COVID, and it like the hydraulics was just done. And so I was like, I need a chair. And so me and Slappa both got new chairs. His is black and mine is white. It's so funny. Oh yeah. And it's so comfy. It's so like it is so comfy. Like it is crazy. And it like has good like and it rolls so good. So good. I'm so excited. All right. Okay, so we got a bunch of stories today, and I was off today, so I should have plenty of energy. But I did have hot girl tummy earlier, so I might be a little tired. But I'm okay right now. But if my tummy turns, though, I will be ending this. Okay, if my tummy turns, I will be ending this. Okay, but all right, cool. So as always, I like to like start with hey. I like to start with a story that I myself thought was interesting. I did not do that this time. But I did find this one story that's like straight up like you're the asshole, and I'm gonna read it first because what did you do? So, am I the asshole for admitting to my son that I love his mother more than him and telling him he's self-centered? Everybody's calling him the asshole. Let's find out why. So, my son moved out right after graduating college last year. Since then, he's been very preoccupied with his own life. My wife and I couldn't be prouder of him, but we do wish he made a little bit more of an effort to keep in touch, especially because he only lives 30 minutes away. Months would go by without hearing from him, and we were always the ones to reach out first. We never complained about it to him until my wife's birthday. Her birthday was 2 days ago, and we didn't get a call or a surprise visit, and she was a little upset and chose not to confront him. I decided to call him about it, not out of anger, just as a reminder, like, hey, buddy, you missed your mom's birthday. He immediately, did you hear all that? This is why Slappa needs a new chair. Hey, buddy, you missed your mom's birthday, but he immediately apologized and asked me to wish her a happy birthday on his behalf. I told him it would be nice if he could visit us soon because we miss him. Apparently, that set him off. He told me that he has his own life to live and that we have ours. I told him I understood, but we're still his parents and want to stay close. That's when he bluntly said he doesn't want a close relationship with us and he's frustrated when we won't leave him alone. I asked him why, and out of nowhere, he brought up something from when he was 10. He said he overheard my wife and me saying that we love each other more than we love him. And I was completely confused because I don't recall ever saying anything like that. When I asked for more context, he said that we had been talking about our own parents' marriages. And at some point, I said something along the lines of, even though I love him a lot, I love his mother the most. My wife apparently agreed with me, and that conversation has tainted his view of our relationship ever since. I told him there was nothing wrong with what I said, that he was acting like a self-centered brat who thinks the world revolves around him, and he told me to go to hell. When I told my wife about what happened, she said I was wrong for calling him that, even though I think it was true. Mm. I'm upvoting that because I want to see more comments on it. You're the asshole. First of all, he is as you raised him. Secondly, kids just don't suddenly decide to let go of relationships with their parents because they heard something like that. In a home with engaged, available parents, kids flip out and tell their parents they overheard something upsetting, or they demand to know why they would say such a thing. They don't just keep it a secret for 20 years. Something else was going on. It may be that you meant that you love your wife and understood that she would be your partner even when your kids grew up and moved on, but clearly you did make your child feel neglected. If you want a relationship, calling your son a self centered asshole isn't a great way to begin. Did it even occur to you how he felt, or to ask how he felt, or try to clarify what you meant, or express any sadness about the fact that he did not feel loved? Did you think to tell him that you'd like to have a better relationship? Do you even want that? It wasn't just the one thing. Other stuff happened that you're not aware of or actively ignoring. People are talking about it. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about that? Ooh, what do y'all think about that? But your eyes, girl, be otherworldly. Count your blessings, seduce a stranger. What's so wrong with being happy? Kudos to those who see through sickness, yeah. Over and over, over and over. Ooh. I mean, short answer is sometimes kids are assholes and we have to like them anyways. I mean, yeah, I think unreliable narrator, something's missing. I don't think so. I think that this is exactly what it is, but I do think that, I mean, I will be honest, I'll say it right now. I tell Sapa I love him more than the earth, my mom, my sister, my kiddos. I tell him that. I do. If my kid ever called me out on it, I would admit it and apologize. But it's true, though. I love Slappa to the moon and back. But it doesn't mean I don't love my children. So I would definitely feel embarrassed and feel bad that I said it in their ear range. But it's true. You know, it's true. I love my husband and I always will. But I still love my babies. And I tell them that I love them and that they're beautiful and that they're awesome every single day. You know what I mean? I hope that they feel loved, even though we're off doing our own things. Like my son plays games, my daughter colors and draws upstairs, and we're recording. I'm recording. Slappa's gaming with his like friends, or helping me do something because my knee is bad. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I wouldn't. I wouldn't call my kid an asshole because he called me out on something I did. Yeah, I agree. There's no way it was just the one thing that made him hold on to that resentment. Yeah, yeah. But okay, now that we've got a few people here, who wants to get started? I do. So, the Reddit rainbow. I will judge everything. Not the way you look, just the treatment you took. The Reddit rainbow. The Reddit rainbow. Oh man, I had a good day. I used to have fuego. All of this stuff in my pockets. And no fuego. Oh, I had fuego. All right. So y'all know the name of the game. We vote and then we read the next story. You. We vote and then we read the next story. So I'm going to name off 3 titles for you guys. And then y'all tell me through emojis what you want to read. All right. So am I the asshole for taking... Oh, wait. This is a super long story. Let me go ahead and move that over. Am I the asshole for banning my husband from all doctor appointments when he repeatedly messes with me while I'm pregnant? Put a pregnant emoji. Wow, a pringan. A pregante. I'm pretty sure 37 male husband hates me and it's affecting our toddler. Put a baby. So a pregnant person or a baby. Oh, I just read this one this evening. Um, Am I the asshole for telling my husband that he created this mess? So he needs to fix it. Put some tools. All right. So some tools for am I the asshole for telling my husband that he created this mess and he needs to fix it? Or am I the asshole for banning my husband from doctor appointments because he messes with me while I'm pregnant? Put a pregnant person. Or pretty sure my husband hates me and it's affecting our toddler. Put a baby. A baby. Oops. A baby. A pregnant person. Or some tools. What will you choose? I got two pregnant people. Oh, man. Ooh, I got a tool. All right. I don't think there's that many people here. So I'm going to give it to the pregnant people. So grab your vibes and your delights. I actually have a Rice Krispies treat, y'all. Like, oh my gosh. I'm having a good time over here. I know it says Taco Casa or whatever, but I have a Sprite, or it's not Sprite, it's off brand Sprite, but I still call it Sprite. But Sprite and blue raspberry. And I've got a whole bismuth. What are you snacking on tonight? What are you snacking on? Let's get started with a story called Am I the asshole for banning my husband from all doctor appointments because he repeatedly messes with me while I'm pregnant? Hi. So I'm currently pregnant, about 6 months along, and my husband has been doing this thing every time we go to a doctor appointment. He'll drive me to the appointment, then when I'm about to go to the car, he drives forward a little, then reverses, then drives forward again. He does this a few times and it always frustrates me. He thinks it's hilarious and he just says he's messing with me. And I just started to get really frustrated. I am already dealing with the physical and emotional toll of pregnancy, and this just feels like him poking at me when I'm already tired and stressed. I told him it bothers me, but he just brushed it off and said I'm overreacting and that he's just having fun. We had a big fight about it the other day, and I tried to explain how it makes me feel, and he got defensive, saying I need to lighten up, and that is just a joke. I told him it wasn't funny anymore, and it wasn't something I wanted to deal with during my pregnancy. The final straw was when he did it again before my doctor's appointment yesterday, and I was just done. I ended up calling my mom to take me instead, and my husband was banned from all future appointments. I told him he was banned from all future appointments, but now he's pissed and he's demanding to be there for the next one because it's the one where we find out the baby gender. He says this is a huge moment and I'm being unfair by not letting him come. I told him that he needs to respect my boundaries, and this is one of the ways I'm doing that. And he keeps insisting that it's just a silly little thing, but now he's calling me unreasonable for making a big deal out of it. Am I overreacting here? No, you are not. But I'm just like, why even put up with this? Like, this can't be the only thing. This is the thing that's frustrating you the most. You're about to find out the gender of your baby. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's all like a concept and it's all dumb. You know what I'm saying? You're built with what you got, but like honestly, it's a spectrum. You know what I'm saying? But like you're the way that he's like going about it is like he's like abusing you. You know, like maybe he's nervous that you're bringing life into the thing. Maybe he's jealous that you are like, you know, caring more about your baby and all this other like I don't know, man. Like it just sounds like he doesn't even understand what he's doing. And it's like really frustrating. Like, when was the last time pulling somebody's pigtails like helped? Like, when was the last time you like somebody pulled a pigtail and was like, "Oh my gosh, we should get married"? The 50s? No, because that's why those women gardened, because they were killing their husbands. I'm just saying. A man is a menace. Even not pregnant, he will do that. You do that to me precisely one time before I never get in the car with you again. And that is something you stop doing to people when you're 17. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, right? Like, if anybody ever moved the car while I was trying to get into it, I would not get into the car. My brother did that once. I drove myself. I drove myself. I just got in the car and started driving. Like, fuck you, man. But, like, that's messed up. But, like, I don't know. I'm just like, if you knew that she was this frustrated, why would you even mess around like this? And then also, she's like in this perfect, like, when you're in pregnancy, when you're pregnant, you have this like underlying feeling of making sure that everything is safe. I don't know. It's called nesting. You know what I'm saying? And they say it happens during the last trimester, but honestly, it happens the whole time. People give you the ick. Things give you the ick. Your body tells you what it wants. You know, your body tells you what you need. Like, you need more iron, like all this other shit. Your body's trying to tell you all these things, and it does not have time to figure out if things are safe or not. If you give the ick, your body is going to be like, nope, and you're going to start writing Reddit posts. You're nesting, and your nest instincts are telling you that your husband isn't safe. He seems childish, like the kind of guy who's the type of dad who ropes the kids into poking fun at her, maybe even through future pregnancies. Crazy. What are people saying? Not the asshole, but honest question. Has he always been this much of an immature, disrespectful jerk? Because it's only going to get worse once your baby arrives. Especially when he starts having to share you with somebody else, aka the baby, and isn't getting all your attention anymore. Damn. Which is probably what this is all about. He's already jealous of the baby. Damn. Yes, this sounds like a test. How far can I push her before she actually sticks up for herself? And how do I get around that? I can see this man doing things to the kid just to scare the mom. I'm not going to drop the baby. See, I catch her every time I throw her in the air. She loves it. Oh my gosh. My dad did this. Wait, my dad did the "I'm not going to drop the baby. See, I catch her every time I throw her in the air. She loves it" thing. I still have the scar on my forehead to prove it. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my gosh. Are you not reading? Are you not reading? Why?
Mondays and Tuesdays.
Well, I thought it was Thursday. Man, get your ass in here.
No.
Why?
I'm chilling.
You're not reading stories with what do you think about that story, baby?
I don't know.
I thought this motherfucker was raiding. I was getting used to like being lonely on Thursdays, and now look. All right. What do y'all think about that story? That shit's crazy. I have so much to say, and I don't even know if it came out like coherently. Like, I know I lost my point, and then I came back to it.
You make your comments bigger.
Why, you trying to read them? Hold on.
Just make the window bigger.
All right, cool. And I see excuse me, let's prank mommy by throwing flour all over the kitchen. Oh, gross. Or man disposable. Yes, yes. Hello, man disposal? Oh my gosh. All right. enough of that story. All right. So let's keep going. Let's go ahead and choose our next story. So, pretty sure 37 male husband hates me and it's affecting our toddler. Put a baby. Or am I the asshole for telling my husband he created this mess so he needs to fix it? Put some tools. Or am I the asshole for leaking fake baby names to family? Put like a house. Or no. Put like a pen, like a signature. Yeah, a pen. All right. So, am I the asshole for leaking fake baby names to family? Put like a pen, and then pretty sure my husband hates me and it's affecting our toddler. Put a baby, or am I the asshole for telling my husband he created this mess and he has to fix it? Tools, tools. What are you watching? When Mars Attacks? What's wrong? Y'all ask Slappo what's wrong with him. He's watching When Mars Attacks right now. Y'all ever seen that movie? That shit's crazy. All right, I'm gonna give it to we got. Oh, hey, zombie. All right, I got 3 tools and a pregnant person. All right, so let's keep going. Am I the asshole for telling my husband he created this mess and he needs to fix it? So, my husband and I always planned on having kids. It ended up happening a couple years before we planned due to a condom breaking. I didn't mind though. I was super happy to welcome our daughter, Belinda. A few years later, we started trying again for a second, but it took us a little bit to conceive, and we ended up having to use IVF. The doctors never could figure out why I couldn't get pregnant the old fashioned way. And the second time, but after one round, my husband and I welcomed our son, Philip. Belinda is 15 and Philip is 9. A close friend of ours is going through their own infertility journey, and my husband and I were discussing it. I mentioned something about IVF, and Philip asked what that was, and I explained and then added, we used that to have you. Belinda asked if we used IVF to have her, and I was about to answer no and leave it at that when my husband butted in with, no, you're here because the condom broke, laughing. Belinda immediately looked hurt, and we've had the talk and have discussed that sometimes condoms aren't effective, how to use them properly in other forms of birth control. So she understood exactly what he was saying, and I quickly added, you were a surprise, but a very much welcomed surprise. We always planned on having kids. It just happened a few years earlier than expected. She nodded and quietly said, okay, but I could tell that she was upset. Why would you tell your kid that, though? That's disgusting. I'm sorry. I wouldn't say that to my kid. That's nasty. That's nasty. Ew. I later told my husband to apologize and make sure that she understands that she's loved and wanted, and he told me I was overreacting. I spoke with Belinda and told her that she was loved and wanted, and she seemed to feel a little better, but still wasn't completely happy. It's been a few weeks, and Belinda has made little jabs here and there, not in a playful way. Clearly, she's still hurt. She'll say things to her dad like, well, clearly I was just some big mistake and sorry for inconveniencing you. My husband got fed up and told her that she's being dramatic and he didn't mean anything by the comment. And he later told me to tell her to cut it out. And I said, no, you had your chance. Why didn't you just deal with it when it was, I've done nothing and nothing's changed. You're so annoying. He later told me to tell her to cut it out, and I said no. He said it, made her feel like crap, and hasn't spoken to her about it since. And he has to deal with the consequences of that. She's a sensitive teenage girl. That's a scary combination when they feel rejected and unwanted by their fathers. But now my husband is saying that I'm wrong. Am I the asshole? How are you wrong? Oh my gosh, what's going on here? People are talking about their parents were oops babies. I was a oops baby. My mom had scheduled to get her tubes tied when she found out she was pregnant with me. I thought that was funny. My dad made fun of her for it. Um, but apparently, everybody told my mom she was pregnant before she even believed them. Like I said, she had already scheduled to get her tubes tied whenever they found out. Like, they were like, "You're glowing." My grandma was like, "You're pregnant." And she was like, "No, okay, bye." And then she was. That happened to us one time. We went to that, like, an end of the summer get together. Like, a bunch of our friends were in town, and we were like hanging out. And then all of a sudden, one of the guys was like, "Frenny, I just want to say, I don't know what it is, but you look fucking beautiful right now." And I was like, "Bro, thank you." And he was like, "You're positively glowing. Like, I mean it. You're not pregnant, are you?" And I was like, "Bro, what the fuck?" Because I had just had our baby. Like, I had just had our first child, and this was like our first like real outing out, you know what I'm saying? And then like he said that, and then I was definitely pregnant. Like, within a month I took a test and I was definitely pregnant. Yeah. That shit was crazy. Yes, my mom used to put the alien on the toilet to freak me out. That's funny. But all right. All right. What do y'all think, though? What are y'all thinking about this story? Yo, my cousin sent me a video of me singing Breaking Benjamin, and I started laughing really hard because that video is like from, like, I want to say it's almost been like 9 years ago when I was a totally different Frenny. Oh man. Oh man. All right, all right. Let's keep going. So I'm trying really hard not to use music so this one doesn't go down the chopper. Right. He can't even communicate. I'm trying not to play any music, but it is like so frustrating. Like, I can't think of any songs, but whenever I use YouTube, I can think of any song I want. You know what I mean? But like, ugh. I just want to make sure that this one stays up. Man disposal. Man, hello, man disposal. I need help again. Yes. Also, where is my phone? Oh, it's like right here. You know, I'm going to keep using random shit. Hello, man disposal. Hello, is this thing working? Anyway, I have like everything all around me. But anyway. All right, so let's keep going. Oh, well, I don't know what to sing right now. I just never know what to sing. Like, I have the echolalalias, and that's like pretty much it. But all right. Let's keep going, and I'll think of something to sing in between songs or in between stories. All right, so pretty sure 37 male husband hates me, and it's affecting our toddler. Okay, put a toddler, okay? Or a baby, like put a baby emoji. Am I the asshole for leaking fake baby names to family? You know what? Let's do a phone, like do text messages, like a phone. So, a baby or a phone, or wait, or a longer story with an update. Am I the asshole for making my husband choose between me and his mother? Hmm? Put long story. Put a long story. If you want to hear, am I the asshole for leaking fake baby names to family? Put a text or put a phone emoji. And if you want to hear, pretty sure my husband hates me and it's affecting our toddler, put a baby or just put long story. Daddy, why did you make me? You created me, so don't you want to see me? Daddy, why did you meet me? You created me. Wait, she says something. I forget what she says, but anyway, she goes, Daddy, why did you eat my fries? I bought them and they were mine. But you ate them. You ate my fries and I cried. But you didn't see me cry. Daddy, do you even love me? Well, I wish you'd show it because I wouldn't know it. What kind of dad eats his daughter's fries and doesn't even look her in the eyes? Daddy, there were tears there. And if you saw them, would you even care? All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So, this story has an update. Am I the asshole or am the yeah, ATIA. Yeah. No, but am I the asshole for forcing my husband to choose between me and his mother? I, 31 female, and my fiance, 36 male. It's always a fiance. Oh my gosh. Are set to get married in July this year. What did I tell y'all? That like wedding season is about to start picking up. We met through a mutual friend earlier years ago. We met through a mutual friend years ago, and our relationship progressed. Okay, I'm not sure I read that right, but I'm just gonna keep going. Let's keep going. He's literally the perfect guy, but the problem is his mother, Katie, fake name. Katie has been critical of me from day one. She often tells my husband that he could do better, and I'm just an uneducated slum. I could usually disregard her, but when he proposed, she went to a whole new level. The main incident occurred when we went to visit her a few days ago to announce our engagement. My future husband excitedly showed her the ring, but she just grimaced. She looked at him and I repeat said, "Are you really going to marry that wow gold digger?" My husband laughed nervously and we left quickly after. A little context, I have high functioning autism. It doesn't affect me too much on a daily basis, but I have trouble interpreting emotion. After we got home, I sobbed and asked my husband to tell his mom that this needs to stop. He didn't say much, just that he loves me and he will get better. He will get better, but he can't say anything to his mom. When I pushed for answers, he said I can't do anything about it and left. His sister sent me a text later telling him I can't make him choose between me and his mom, and I'm so confused because I didn't ask him to do that. Is there something I'm missing? So, for the update, my fiance came home the next morning 2 days ago and started acting like everything was normal. He didn't even mention the fight we had. Finally, that night, I sat him down and asked why he was acting like this. He responded it was a minor fight and we shouldn't dwell on it. And that made me mad because it was a big deal for me, and that fight made me question our relationship. I told him this, and he scoffed. In the moment, I looked at him and asked, is it really not a big deal that your mother called me an R word gold digger? And he just scoffed again and said something about her getting old and not knowing what that meant. And I was done at that point. His mother is 63 and acts the same way she did that when I met her years ago. I packed a bag, called my friend to pick me up, and I left. And I've been staying at her place since then. I'm not sure where my life is headed now. He knows it wasn't a minor fight. He just knows you're right and didn't want to address it. What do y'all think about that? I guess I'm just doing Adventure Time songs. I can't keep pushing this down any deeper. Why do I keep trying if I can't keep her? Every move I make is just another mistake. I wonder what it would take. 'Cause it feels like there's a hole inside my body. Like there's a hole inside my heart. It's like this feeling is gonna consume me. If I could wait for this thing to start. Oh, I feel like I'm all gummed up inside. It's like I'm all gummed up inside. It's like I'm all gummed up inside. Nah, but the fact that the fiance and mother are, oh, and the sister too. I think the sister was trying to start some shit, if I'm being honest with you. I want to know why he thought that he would get away with that. I feel like the whole relationship is based on triangulation. That's what I think. I think that he told his mom on day one that she's autistic, and the mom has never let that go. Family. Okay, listen, I got my phone this time. Hello, family disposal. It's ringing. Like, for real. He doesn't care. Even I, who suck at sticking up for myself to my mom, would at least tell her to shut up. Right. I try to tell my mom when I'm pissed. I just tell her I can't deal with it. I'll be back when I'm better. And sometimes that just takes a while. But I always like communicate. You know what I mean? But I won't answer her like random messages like, ooh, I want to see my grandbabies, man. Leave me alone. Sometimes. Sometimes. But it's getting better though. I miss my mom a lot. But every time I talk to her, it just like I just get real frustrated. But I miss her all the time. But I think what I miss is like the way it used to be. Getting old sucks. Oh yeah. My mom said one mean thing about Slap and I like almost cut her off entirely. But that was like how long has it been since we've been together, honey bunny? Like for real?
A long time.
Like almost 12 years?
11, 10 maybe.
12? No, because 13, right? 13 plus 13 is 26 and we're in the year of Godzilla 25. So we've been together for 12 years. I'm okay. Thank you. All right. So that's that story. What do y'all think about it though for honestly like have you ever like been in a relationship with somebody whose like parents didn't like you? Have you ever been like in a relationship where you had to defend your partner perhaps? I would like to hear that in the comment section. All right, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's read a couple more stories, and then I have a long one, okay? And I've been dying to read this one. Oh my gosh. So once we get the next story, let's read a long one, okay? Oh, so am I the asshole for leaking fake baby names to the family? Put a phone. Would I be the asshole if I don't share the inheritance that I received from a friend with her daughter? Or, pretty sure 37 male hates me and it's affecting our toddler. Put a baby. Or, put some money for that inheritance story. Or, put text messages. Also, I'm really okay, guys. I know I'm blotting my eye. It sucks, but I'm okay. What's the other side of that song I just sang? Oh, I think it's "Oh Flame Princess, I think you're right. I really want to kiss you right in front of your dad. 'Cause you think you're great. I want to be your mate and maybe go on a date because it feels like there's a fire inside my body. It's like a fire inside my heart. It's like this fire is gonna consume me. If I could wait for this thing to start. Oh, I feel like I'm all, what did he say? All warmed up inside. It's like I'm all warmed up inside. It's like I'm all warmed up inside. Hey. I actually got one of each. It's all good. Hey, welcome in. We still got time. We're choosing one more shorter story before I read a long one. I got one of each right now. So I need a text message or money for inheritance or my husband hates me and it's affecting our toddler. What's that 21 Pilot song? That 21 Pilot song?
Oh.
I said, what's that 21 Pilot song? And Slap said, the Chainsmokers. Like, I don't even know who that is. But but I know it's a band. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know it's a band. All right, so I got money and 3 babies. Wait, no. I got a pregnant person, a baby. Oh, I get it. Never mind. I get it. I think. Actually, I don't know. I got one zombie. Which one is that for? I don't have a baby. Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. So I got 3 babies for, pretty sure husband hates me and it's affecting our toddler. All right. So my female 36. Lol. Don't worry about it. I don't worry. I be getting lost too. Don't tell nobody, but I be getting lost too. Sometimes I'm a little elevated and forget what I had just said. So, pretty sure 37 male hates me and it's affecting our toddler. So, my female 36 husband, male 37 of 4 years, and I have 2 under 2, with the second being 2 months old. I'm convinced that he hates me. He goes from hot to cold frequently, usually as soon as I point out something I really don't appreciate, like him criticizing or mocking me in front of our kids. One day he sends me flowers and tells me I deserve flowers every day because I'm a great mom and wife. And the next day he tells me that I don't have the right to express my emotions because I'm not his family by blood like his daughters, that I could easily be replaced by a nanny, and that he's more valuable than me and I can't make it out of there on my own. He frequently stonewalls me. This is all sounding like red pill shit. It's been a week since he last acknowledged my existence. That's definitely, what do they call it, baby? When they go hot and cold, like they're like the ghosting.
Yeah.
He ghosted his own wife for a week so far. Despite being in the same room, and he looks at me like an inconvenience. I've learned to cope by trying not to give it importance, but he does this in front of our 2-year-old daughter, and she's starting to notice. She has these bluey minifigures with mom and dad, and she started putting herself with mom and putting dad on the other side away. And when I put them together, she yells no and throws them away.
Also, I love Bluey so much. We've been rewatching Bluey. And actually, we've been getting caught up on Bluey because I understand that there was like a whole season that I missed. So we're starting at the beginning. We're in the middle of season 2 right now. And I'm waiting. There's, I forgot what episode we just watched. It's okay. I've tried to talk to him about this, and he says that I respect the need for distance, but if we could get to, but hold on. I've tried to talk to him about this and said that I respect the need for distance. Not like that. Is this your first marriage? Because this isn't normal, friend. It is not normal at all. And I'm not even saying that to be like condescending and dumb. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, this is not normal in a marriage. But if we could at least greet each other in her presence because I'm worried she might normalize this. He said no thanks, and that's all he said. He stated before that he's protecting himself by not talking to me, but right before he started acting this way, he sent me a 5-minute scroll manifesto via text. It honestly just seems manipulative and immature. I can't leave at the moment. Believe me, I'm working on it. No family, no financial independence. Our 2-month-old baby has health issues, and I'm caring for her 24/7. And for now, the plan is to overcome this situation and become independent. And I feel like a terrible mom, like I'm messing her up with this situation and my drama. I'm trying so hard to look happy and healthy in front of her while postpartum and low sleep. I'm scared of how this will affect our daughter's lives. This is how old? Okay. I was like, there's no way that people aren't saying something. Was he like this before the second baby? Is this new behavior? Honestly, yes, we fought a lot, but postpartum was severe. And by the time I started recovering and getting ready to putting in, I got pregnant again. I got nobody else to blame but me for that. Except he got you pregnant. Thank you. Please leave this abusive piece of shit. Yes. Even slap a please, I would ask for your opinion on this, please. Like you like Slappa is the first one to say that a man gets people pregnant, not I got pregnant by myself. He is the first to say that he is the person who got me pregnant, and he gets really irritated when people act like men don't have full control of where they slang that shit. You say something.
You said what I say.
I want them to hear it from you.
No.
Why? 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 I cry a lot at Bluey. Oh, you think he's cheating? I was thinking he was cheating, but then why does he give her flowers sometimes? Unless he's apologizing for cheating without apologizing for cheating. Tell me things.
Um, I don't know.
Distraction. He left so fast. Anyway, but no, Slappa like always says that like men have full control of where they come everywhere, and it's not okay, and that argument is stupid. I wouldn't say just leave yet, especially if you're not in a position to do so. It would take 6 to 12 months to get things lined up. Save up, start mentally distancing yourself like he has, and develop an exit strategy. And also, you can't tell me that he's not mentally stealing himself from when she leaves, because he's like, I'm just trying to protect myself because he knows he treats you like shit, and he's actively trying to get you. He's a guy who will not end the relationship and will make you leave because he's weak. Did you hear that?
The dog. What was that?
It sounded like somebody almost wrecked. I heard screeching tires and a loud motor. Y'all play too much around here, man. somebody like I don't know what it is like around here, but like there's like a really long road across the street from us, and people always like street race up and down that street and on this street. And like one of the scariest things that I like think about is like if they fail to stop, they're gonna end up inside my house. You know what I mean? And like my son is always like right there. So like if those people need to fucking chill or I'm gonna go scorched earth. But anyway, can't wait to move. I'm glad you're making a plan to leave. You don't deserve to be treated like this. And as you said, the toddler is already picking up on it, so be careful with your plans. All right. So I got a long story, and it's got like 3 parts to it. Really quick though. I'm just trying to pull this up. This story is called Am I the Asshole for Taking My Niece Lunch After Her Mom Didn't Do Anything for Her Birthday? So I'm going to take this moment really quick and just say that there probably won't be an episode tomorrow. Slappa and I just got I got my chair today, but Slappa hasn't gotten his yet. He wants to wait until we have both of our chairs before we record the next episode. I don't know if y'all know this, but Slappa has been sitting on the tiniest ottoman ever, and it's been really, really hard on his back. Like, really hard on his back. Like, he's like my chair was sitting on the ground basically because it was so dead. His doesn't even is like it's like loud. It's like falling apart. And so he's been sitting on this like lone ottoman, and so he doesn't really want to record until he gets his chair. And I can't say I blame him because this chair is this shit right here. This shit right here is great. It's really, really great. And I'm sure that it'll be like brown because I'm brown. You know what I'm saying? But I love me a white chair. Ooh, I love me a white chair. But all right, cool. Let's keep going. Oh, let me take a moment. We read a whole bunch of stories all at once. But we're supposed to get the chairs on Monday. So, like, he's supposed to get his chair on Monday. So, it'll just be a couple days. He feels guilty, right? My ex would cheat on me constantly and then would still get me flowers almost bi-weekly. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. When you say constantly, how much is constantly? Not. Oh, I guess we do. We're about halfway through. You're not late. You're late. You're just not. It's not at the end. How did you know he was cheating constantly? How did you know that? Our kid's dad, or did you find out later that he was cheating constantly? I would love to know. Our kid's dad and my stepmom just don't like each other. Our kids notice. Our kid's dad and stepmom just don't like each other. Our kids notice. Thankfully, they have us as an example of a happy, loving couple. And that shit is rough on kids. And they always notice. Kids always notice. They always notice. Oh, damn. That's messed up. So, I, 34 female, and my husband, 38 male, travel a ton. We hardly ever get to see family because we're all over the place. Bora Bora, Paris, Hawaii, Rome, Japan, China, you name it. We were all set to go to Morea next, but I found out I was pregnant, and my husband thought we should settle down for a bit until the baby starts school or something. We were really looking forward to it, but then I had a miscarriage in September and I was crushed. Trigger warning would have been so nice. I can't shake the feeling that it was my fault that my baby is gone, so we haven't traveled anywhere since because I just can't handle it. My big sister has 4 kids, 13, 3 8 months and another 8 months. So they're twins. And I love them all. I see them every week now that we're not traveling, and my niece just turned 13 and my sister is spending all her money on my nephew's birthday coming up. She booked a big party at Chuck E. Cheese and is taking him and his buddies to Disney World while my niece will be babysitting the babies. I told my sister she needs to focus on my nephew's birthday, but I didn't think it was fair for my niece to not get something special. Wait, hold on. She booked a big party at Chuck E. Cheese and is taking him and his buddies to Disney World while my niece will be babysitting the babies. I told her she needs to focus on the nephew's birthday, but I didn't think it was fair that my niece didn't get anything special. She snapped back that I wouldn't understand because I'm not a mom and I'm really hurt. I'm not sure I understand. My niece just turned 13 and my sister is spending all her money on my nephew's birthday. So did she not get a party? I told my sister I get that she needs to focus on my nephew's birthday, but I didn't think it was fair that my niece did not get anything special. She snapped back that I wouldn't understand since I'm not a mom and I'm really hurt. So I decided to do something nice and bought her some sushi and candy for my niece. I texted her to find out when her lunch break was, and she said 11:45, and I made sure to be there. I bought a huge 50-piece sushi tray and goodie bags, and I made sure that the girls got lip gloss, nail files, hair clips, pink pens, and mini notepads, while the boys got blue pens, blue poppets, controller-shaped erasers, and mini notepads. I paid for everything myself, and I gave leftover sushi to the other teachers, and my niece was thrilled. She couldn't stop smiling, and she told me I made her the happiest girl ever. And when she got home, my sister called me and said I made her look like a bad mom and that I made her feel terrible. She told our mom, and of course, mom said I crossed the line. And she added that just because I lost my baby doesn't mean I can take someone else's joy. Am I the asshole? No, but you need to cut your fucking family off. Tell mom you didn't take someone else's joy. You made sure your niece had some joy on her birthday. Oh my God. My goodness. That escalated so quickly. First update. She's giving thanks. Now I have two updates. I wonder if she's pregnant. I went over to my sister's place earlier today on February 20th to drop off my niece's purse that she accidentally left in my car when I brought her home on Monday. My sister was all dramatic, saying, "So first you steal my kid, now you make me look bad in front of my other kids, and now you're buying her gifts." I said I was just bringing back the purse, but she called me a liar and a thief and threatened to call the cops if I ever stole from her kids again, including the kids themselves. And she said she wanted no contact with me because I'm a thief and a liar and selfish. She didn't want her kids hanging around someone who doesn't respect their mom. And my niece jumped in and told my sister I wouldn't steal a cheap Shein purse from her since she could just buy it herself. And she said she wanted to keep seeing me. And my sister brought up that I'm going to start traveling in early March. And then she posted on Instagram claiming I stole the purse, saying I lied about traveling in June and switched it to March since I can't have kids. And it's tough for me to be around babies since I never got to meet mine. And now my mom's side of the family is blowing up my phone asking why I stole something and why I lied, which is super annoying. What, like, if somebody posted something like that, I would be like, what is she talking about? And why is she blasting all your business on the internet like this? And then after I heard everything, then I'd be like, everybody sucks here. So honestly, I'm thinking about just hitting the road and traveling to get away from all this, but I know that would hurt my niece. My niece is 13 and my sister left to watch her two babies. Oh, my bad. Update number 2, my niece is 13 and my sister left her to watch two babies who were just 8 months old. A lot of you suggested I should check if my niece was going to be alone with the babies, but I couldn't reach out since my sister blocked me and my niece didn't even know she'd be babysitting. My sister blocked me yesterday after the whole I stole the purse drama. This morning, my niece called me around 10 a.m. and said her mom told her she couldn't eat until she got back because she was worried about her choking. I offered to come over so she could eat, and my husband contacted CPS without telling my niece. I brought us some food and watched the babies while we waited for the caseworker to show up. He talked to us and also chatted with my niece and the neighbors. They asked where my sister was, and my niece said she was at Disney World with her friends and my nephew's friends. She asked how often this happens, and she said it's been like this since the twins were born. They told us it wasn't a serious issue and the case would probably be closed because she's legally allowed to babysit at her age. They tried reaching out to my sister, but she didn't pick up, and she's still not back yet. Wow. How is this even reasonable? But how is this reasonable? They're only 8 months old. How often is she left alone for days at a time? All right, so here's an update. My sister blocked me on everything. I've tried reaching out to my niece, but she's not responding, and I guess my sister took her phone. But my niece really takes care of her stuff, so it's more likely that somebody broke it. I went to my sister's place saying I needed to talk to her. She told me I was trespassing. If I didn't leave in 5 minutes, she'd call the cops. But my niece came to the door begging her mom to let me in, but she just kept saying no. Eventually, my niece came outside and she told me she wanted to leave and she didn't want to stay with her mom anymore and mentioned if I didn't get her out of here in 2 days, she'd run away. I know my sister and brother in law aren't the best parents, but they're not unfit to take care of her either. I'm not a mom, and honestly, I have no clue how to care for a kid, especially a teen. I don't know anything about adoption. I just don't want my niece to be in a place where she's uncomfortable. Edited to add, I totally forgot to mention that my sister told me I can't be around her kids anymore, and she's worried about them being around a thief and a liar, called me a kidnapper just because her daughter talks to me about stuff instead of her. It sounds like my sister-in-law. Also, the CPS report, they claimed it was a safety hazard for older children to not it was a safety hazard for older children not to eat due to their difficulty of controlling and maintaining how much they eat, which makes no sense because babies were able to eat. That's so weird. She wants to leave with you. I know you're the fun aunt, but this is really concerning in a way that the story you told doesn't really explain. The most worrying thing is not being able to eat without being watched. And what did CPS say about that? I don't think I understand that. They claimed it was a safety hazard for older children not to eat during their They claimed it was a safety hazard for older children not to eat due to their difficulty of controlling and maintaining how much they eat, which makes no sense because the babies are able to eat. Edited to add, along with that, it doesn't make any sense that they can babysit but not eat. And I've never heard of that safety issue. What?
They're just not allowing the kids to eat.
Okay. Aside from the first line, which is really ridiculous, I still can't believe people are still saying the R word. I'm not gonna lie. There's so many other words that you could call somebody. But anyway, um, a 13-year-old is unable to regulate their eating to the point of being dangerous. Either that CPS worker just got out of orientation and is making up shit, or your sister got one of her friends to pretend to be a government employee. Withholding food from a child is like reason number one that CPS would want to be involved. So challenge the CPS report. I didn't know you could. Oh, I guess it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I would like to know the any updates. So like, and I'm also gonna read this in my own like one long one. Let me see. I went through. Oh. Oh wow. Okay, so you asked the girls, you went through his phone. Mom and grandma are horrible. Right. This sounds really abusive, right? This sounds almost as bad as the one where the girl had the baby but she doesn't want the baby, and now the guy keeps pressuring her to spend more time with the baby, and then he weaponized the child against him. Like the OP, it was crazy. I'm really confused by this whole story. But all right. All right. What do you think about that story, honey?
I don't. It feels like something's like they're not saying. So
Right. It sounds like there's something that they're leaving out, and it has something to do with the sister because, like, why does the sister hate her so fucking much? Because that escalated so crazy. Like, it went from, I just don't want you around my kids to them, like, demonizing you. But, like, I guess your family also went scorched earth around me. You know what I mean? So, like, your family was ready to tell everybody that I was a thief, even though there was no proof. And I had so many character witnesses all over the place. Like, nobody believed this shit. And then the only people that were mad at me were the people who were mad at me for telling my truth. And it wasn't my truth, it was the truth. And I wasn't doing anything wrong. And, so, like, I don't know. Like, all of this sounds crazy. What are you doing?
playing game.
What are you playing?
You know what the fuck I'm playing?
You're playing LOL again?
Yes.
Well, I want to play LOL with you.
Okay.
For real?
Why not?
Can we play on the Switches?
No.
Can we play, like, computer to mobile?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll download it on my phone. All right, guys. While I'm stalling for time real quick. Let me download that game. Me and Slappa like playing LOL. If y'all want to play Wild Rift, y'all y'all can play with us. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe we'll have a game night or something soon. We haven't had a game night. I don't think we had one last month. Wait, did we have one last month? Oh, we had one for New Year's. But we didn't. Did we have one this month? We haven't had one this month. Oh. Well, I guess it's too late now. But maybe we can have like a Mardi Gras party or something. Or maybe we'll have a party for our anniversary or something. I don't know. But damn, we need to do game night soon. But all right. It says mom's going to resent her mom for always volunteering her to babysit. I'm really confused by this. Like that comment said, CPS's literal number one concern is if the child has access to food. Yeah, I was just thinking about how it went from 0 to 100. Right. And that is a very valid point. That is true because we've had 2 run-ins with CPS, once because of my own mother and once because of his sister. Um, like when she tried to kick me in the stomach, CPS was called. And so they were just like, the kids are happy, they're playing, you know, they're clean, there's electricity, there's food. That was like the big things. And then they each like asked us a bunch of questions about what happened. We had to tell the story like 7 times to different people. Like it was ridiculous. But they eventually cleared us. And then the same thing with when my mom had it. My mom was running her fucking mouth at a church, and of all places, like, you know, with the most evil people that you could ever imagine, my mom was talking to people about my daughter's struggles with going to the bathroom. And if you've ever had kids, you know that little babies, like when you're potty training them, sometimes they don't like to go poop. And pooping is a hard thing. Like even in Bob's Burgers, she was weird. She was like sad about watching her poop go. Like, you know, kids get weird about poop, okay? But anyway, So we asked the physician, the pediatrician. The pediatrician said everything was fine, and that it's normal for kids to be weird about pooping when you're potty training. And then they called CPS on me. Not my doctor, but my mom's friends called CPS because they thought that it's a very valid point that some like children get abused and they stop using the bathroom, right? But my child never went to the bathroom. She was learning how, but still I get it. But why? What the fuck was my mom even saying for them to even get that? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. But anyway. It's like a self-image control. She wants to look like a good mom, but since daughter didn't get anything from her, but aunt stepped up, she felt inferior and tried to make her feel like a bad person. Yeah, she probably just went 0 to 100 because she was like, so like, oh, she made me look bad in front of everybody, and including the school. You know what I mean? But whatever. But even when my mom and her friends accidentally called CPS on me or whatever the fuck it is, they once again just simply asked, hey, it looks like the kids are happy. They talked to my children, or they tried to, because, they were babies. And they all seemed like happy little babies, just, playing with their toys and shit. And they closed the case like instantly. Like instantly. But yeah, it was a bad time. But yeah, CPS isn't bad if you have nothing to hide. It's just really annoying. Oh, well, I hear you. It was weaponized against us too. We had to keep the report public. You can wipe unsubstantiated claims once found to be, so we could document if they reported us again. Wow. I didn't need to, and it's been years since that all happened, but it was just like a lot. But yeah, wow, what a wild story. And I guess I didn't realize how much of my own life experience I had that's like kind of related to that. But all right, guys, we still got a few more stories. That was a long story. And then do y'all have I'm sorry, I tried to go into work mode for a second. Like when you close the call, is there anything else you need help with today? You're good? All right. Thanks for calling. Until next time. But anyway, that's how I say goodbye to people at work. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. And honestly, I need a re-up. So if you guys would give me just another moment, then I can like kind of re-up. I know Sapa's in the middle of a game. I just need some water. Oh, I got some water. But I need a drink. I'll be right back. There it goes. Let me fix my camera. Also, I think Cake is avoiding me. I don't think she's used to this chair. There we go. Yeah, I think Cake's not used to this chair. But she has been fucking up my old chair. I can hear her digging her claws. Her claws. All right, all right. Let's keep going. Thank you for waiting for me. I so appreciate y'all all the time. I wouldn't be here without y'all. But hey, okay. So, am I the asshole for leaking? I keep wanting to say learn so bad. Am I the asshole for leaking fake baby names to family? Put a text message. Or would I be the asshole if I don't share the inheritance that I received from a friend with her daughter? Put some money. Or am I the asshole for not helping my brother and my ex with the kid they had together and telling my parents to step up if help is deserved? Put a no. Put a no. Put a no. All these are baby related. Why are these all so baby related? Oh, because I wanted a baby related episode. So don't be surprised if you hear some of these stories on the podcast next week. or the shit, there might be more. Because goddamn, it seems like all the stories we had were like baby related. Oh, look at the devil. Look at Cake. Look at you. So, give me the money, the text message, or a no. A baby, a money, or no. I'm sorry, a text message, money, or no. Okay, then the money has it. All right. And there is a piece of cake, but she's down here, and I think she's like testing the waters. Yeah, she's not feeling this chair yet. It's probably tall. It's probably because it's so big. It's a huge chair. Like, even I feel little in it. Would I be the asshole if I don't share the inheritance that I received from a friend with her daughter? I, female 32, recently came into an inheritance when my neighbor and close friend Valerie passed away. I met Valerie when I moved into my condo in 2018, and she was my next door neighbor. Our places are on the top floor and have almost connecting balconies. We used to spend every Saturday morning outside taking care of our plant babies and chatting, and I learned that Valerie had been a widow since she was 55. I got the impression that she had married young and never got a true chance to learn until after her Gary died. I had always thought of Valerie was alone in the world, but turned out that she had one child, a daughter, Sam, 44 female. However, they had been estranged since the early 2000s. So the story that Valerie told me was that Sam came out as gay when she was just out of high school, and that did not sit well with Gary. He told Sam that she was no longer his daughter and kicked her out, telling her to never contact them or come home again. The whole situation broke Valerie's heart, and it was her biggest regret in life. She told me that she had always wished she had tried to fight for Sam, but in the moment she was so shocked that she watched the whole thing happen without saying a word. When I heard that story, I asked if she ever tried to reach out, and she told me she hadn't because she didn't even know how to try. So I did some internet sleuthing and found Sam on Facebook. It turned out that she had managed to build a good life for herself. I helped Valerie draft a heartfelt message to Sam, and Valerie apologized for everything and told Sam how much her perspectives had changed over the years. Valerie also asked if they could try and build a new relationship. We sent the message, saw that she had seen it, and maybe read it, but she never responded. About a month ago, I got home from work and found Valerie passed away on the balcony. She suffered an embolism. An embolism? Is that an aneurysm or a heart attack? I sent the link to her obituary and memorial to Sam, and I didn't see her at the funeral. There is a lawyer handling all of Valerie's affairs, and I thought I would give
and I thought I would simply grieve the loss of my friend and eventually would have a new neighbor. I never expected to be the only person who Valerie mentioned in her will and left everything to. A few days ago, Sam messaged me and she was upset and demanded that I give her Valerie's things, claiming that I took advantage of an old widow. And I was upset when I first read her message and thought, who does she think she is? She hasn't spoken to Valerie in literal decades and never responded when Valerie tried to reach out. So now Valerie is her mother and she's entitled to her stuff. Now I wonder if I should do something for Sam. I go back and forth if Valerie would want me to. Valerie knew where Sam was and she could have included Sam somehow. The lawyer I talked to said that the inheritance is completely mine and that she has no claim. But should I give her some? Update. Ooh, we do love an update. Thank you to everyone who's commented and given me the outside perspective that I needed. I'm shocked at the volume of people who have reacted to this. I was really only hoping to have a handful of responses to help me think. I do want to clarify some things that I wasn't able to due to character limits. The address of I want to address the timeline. Sam was kicked out in the early 2000s. I think it was 2002. Gary died in 11. Valerie sold the family home and downsized to her condo in 2013 because the house was just too big for her. I moved into my condo in 2018. I learned about Sam. We sent the letter in 2022. Valerie retired and had her will and estate set up in 2023. Valerie passed away on January 23rd, 2025. The funeral was on the 31st. I messaged her as soon as everything was finalized, and Sam messaged me a month later on February 23rd, 2025. To clarify some questions about the estate, it's currently in the formal probate process. Valerie was a legal secretary for a family law office, and the lawyer she worked with specialized in estate law. She had a full carrier there, and as part of her retirement package, that lawyer helped her set up her will and take care of the estate. This is the lawyer who told me that everything is being done by the book and that everything will be settled in a few months, and that all of Valerie's wishes are being carried out to the letter. I have taken Reddit's advice and will be speaking with a different lawyer about both my legal interests in the estate and how to communicate with Sam. I still haven't responded to her because I haven't been sure how. Her initial message was extremely harsh and attacking, and that is what triggered my first emotional and protective response. I'm trying to take Reddit's advice and be empathetic. However, that is challenging because she's continued to send me a few additional messages demanding that I respond and calling me a heartless bitch and a homophobe, among other things. How can she even know that? I'm not going to respond until after I've talked to that lawyer and can do it in the right way. I do think that Reddit is right and that if Sam wants any sentimental items that she should have them because they may help her healing. I do want to be clear that the estate is not very big and is very simple. All that Valerie had was her condo and her car. The car was more valuable to her than it was on the market. It's a 2014 and it's a daily driver. I hold the spare key to Valerie's condo and have been to clear out the kitchen, to take care of her plants, because I couldn't bear to see them die too. It's been really strange in that space without her. I've been given permission to start cleaning out the condo, but not get rid of anything. I'm going to spend this weekend going through her things and organizing them into boxes. I don't know what type of sentimental items I'll find because Valerie didn't have many family photos in her place, and there are no photos of Sam and none of Gary, and not even any wedding photos. I can't speak to Valerie, who Sam knew. I do know that in her younger years, Valerie was an active member in the LDS church. Isn't that Mormons? LDS church? Yeah, Slappa says that's Mormons. Ooh, so even worse. I don't know. Is Valerie a good person? I don't know. The Valerie who I knew was by no means a bigot. Okay. Because I sure was asking. I was like, I knew her as a kind, loving, and accepting person. She knew that I'm bi and never judged me for it. And she has a pride flag hanging on her balcony and used to attend pride parades as one of those ally moms who would hug and be supportive. I knew her as someone who was trying to make amends to the universe. When I heard the story about Sam, I was so shocked because it just didn't line up with the Valerie I knew. Valerie did have her own Facebook and knew how to use it, but Sam was not easy to find. It took me a few months to track her down, and we used Facebook Messenger because that was our only means of contacting her. The message was a 4 to 5 page letter where Valerie told Sam everything and completely shared her soul. And Valerie only reached out once because Sam was so much like her father and didn't want to push her or hurt her by pestering. I've told her everything I can until she responds. The only direct communication that I've had with Sam was the Facebook message I sent her about her death. I think that covered everyone's questions, and thank you for providing me with new perspectives. It's been helpful. There's been interest in there's been interest in all this, so if people want further updates after probate, I'll provide them. Okay, cool. This person says there's always 3 sides to a story: A, B, and the truth in the middle. You don't know what happened between the two of them, so I'd be very careful of vilifying them. I once had a friend who was kicked out and whose mom cut contact because they came out as gay. Their mom acted like their child was the one who abandoned and mistreated them and played the victim. It's not always so simple when family doesn't come around. What the fuck are you even talking about? I don't think you need to give up any cash, but I would offer pictures and mementos. What the fuck is that person even talking about? I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree with that. They said there's side A, B, and then told a completely unrelated story that didn't have 2 or 3 sides. Or they didn't, and then they told a story that didn't have 3 sides. So, like, what was the point of that? Like, I'm sorry, that was just a dumb comment, and I'm sorry for reading it. I'm sorry, it just didn't make any sense. Um, oh no, Ray! A blood clot. Oh, an embolism. If it's a pulmonary embolism, it could be fatal. A blood clot in the lungs. Oh. Smart to wait for a lawyer, give an attitude. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'd agree with that. I would give her things like any mementos, but I wouldn't give her any of my fucking money or the car or the condo. In fact, I would become an evil landlord or something. Nah, I wouldn't become an evil landlord. I'll just become a regular one. That's like really chill. Oh, you need a couple extra days to pay rent. Got it. Cool, cool. You know? Maybe. I think the commenter was saying that maybe she wasn't a good person and to be careful, but that might have been a comment before the update, right? But also, I think that she did, like other people did mention that because the LDS church is Mormon and there's a lot of hate that happens in that church. And like they treat women like property. So like I wouldn't doubt if she was just going along with it because that's all she's ever known, but then at the same time, like maybe like what did she do that made her not even bother, you know what I mean? But she said she's so much like her father, and if you pester them it'll only make them go farther away. So like, oof, I don't know. What a terrible story. Not in the sense of like it was a great story, you know what I'm saying, but like terrible in the sense of that's just a terrible situation to be in, honestly. All right. It's 10 o'clock. Um, I think I've got one more story. Oh, I got a couple more. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little wore out. I think I'm just really high. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I think I'm just a little more elevated than. Um, no, I think I'm the right amount of elevated, if I'm being honest with you. But I'll read one more story. This one is on Best of Redditors updates. Hold on. Ooh, this one's like crazy long though. Like I'm still scrolling. All right, so I'll read the long story if you want me to, and that'll be the last story. Or do y'all want to read one more short story? What would y'all like? I will do what you please. I will do what you want me to. Okay, night night. Would y'all like a long story or one more short one? Whichever one, it's going to be the last one. A short story or a long one? Ooh. I will read the two short ones in exchange for not reading the long one because it's crazy long. Okay. Nah, not really. I'm going to be honest with y'all, not really. But I will read the two short stories in exchange. So, which short story would y'all want to read first? Would y'all want to read this one or this one? Fake baby names or telling my parents to step up and I'm not helping my brother and his ex and ex. Oh, that's crazy. Thank you guys. Okay, that sounds good. Okay. Which one? Fake baby names or am I the asshole for not helping my brother and my ex with the kid they had together? What tea is that? Parents better step up. I got one for parents better step up. Or leaking fake baby names. If y'all don't want to read this one, I'll read this one like separately, like on the Reddit. Parents step up, brother and ex, which is that one. Parents step up, names, baby names. I got 3-1 for right now. 4-1. All right. I'm going to go ahead and choose that one. And then I will read Ray. I will read the baby names probably early next week. Okay. I'll read this on the Reddit Rainbow. And then, all right, let's read one more story. And then I want to get out and enjoy the rest of my evening. And plus, I guess I'm like sweating a little because like my makeup is kind of coming off, but I don't wear that much. But there's glitter. There's more and more glitter coming. All right. So, am I the asshole for not helping my brother and my ex with the kid they had together and telling my parents to step up if they think help is deserved? I am 25 male and was dating Jade, 24 female, for 4 years. We broke up several months ago when I found out that she'd been sleeping with my brother, also 24 male, for months and maybe even years. Hell, maybe they were secretly cheating since the start. I don't know anymore. Jade and I lived together, and I thought we were expecting a baby together. Then I walked in on them. I didn't catch them in the middle of relations or even in bed, but it looked intimate and way too comfortable. They told me I was imagining things, and I said I didn't believe them. Tommy said he'd never do me like that. We're brothers and we're there for each other and bullshit like that. I broke up with Jade. She and Tommy said I was crazy and nothing was on it. But Jade realized I was serious and wasn't supporting her through the pregnancy any further and wanted a DNA test, Tommy came crawling to me, begging for me not to put Jade or his kid at risk. Ah! He told me I could be the dad and raise the baby and he'd never be with Jade again, but she wanted what I could offer her and the baby. He wanted the best for his kids. Our parents were shocked by what happened, but also frustrated because Tommy was bouncing from job to job after college. He had no stability or stable income, and Jade wasn't in a much better position. While I had gone to trade school and was earning good money and had stable employment already, they berated Tommy and Jade like crazy, and I stepped away from both of them. I said I would only step back in and communicate with Jade if the baby was mine and I'd pay for a DNA test. Even without knowing, they tried to list me as the father on the birth certificate. But luckily, I needed to be there, so that failed. My parents paid for Tommy to take a DNA test, and it proved that he was the father, not me. Damn. Jade begged me to take her back and said the baby was really ours no matter what the DNA said, and I blocked her everywhere and did the same with Tommy. Yet they still tracked me down in public, but I ignored them. I told Tommy we weren't family anymore and to remember that he was the one who broke our relationship, not me. The baby is 4 months old now, and my parents are taking issue with the fact that I ignored that the baby exists. Why? For what? It's not your kid. Like in any way, it is not your child. It is your nephew. You know what I mean? Or niece. Or it is related to you in that sense. Um, they told me I could have sent the baby a gift or something. That I'm still the uncle if I'm not the father. And I told them I wanted nothing to do with the mess. And it's up to Tommy and Jade to figure this shit out. My parents argued that what a good uncle was still important and the baby hasn't done anything to deserve being rejected. I said the baby is innocent and they're attached to the parents who are both pieces of shit and deserve nothing from me. I told my parents that we're talking about the same people who expected me to believe I'd raise the kid as my own and they'd stop cheating. He who tried to force my name on the birth certificate. And those people, I said the baby might be doomed, but I don't feel responsible for having them in my life. Um, this reminds me of that conversation we were having last week about do kids deserve it? You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that shit? What happened? What even happened that we even brought that up? Like, I don't even remember what even happened for us to bring that up.
Like we were talking about politicians' kids or something.
I know we were talking about politicians' kids because it was Ted Cruz and I think it was Captain America, but I really don't know. But I just remember we all kind of came to the consensus it's fucked up, but yeah. But anyway, like, this feels like the same kind of situation. Oh, I think maybe I was like, he's probably gonna grow up to be a piece of shit anyway. I think I might have said that, and then I brought that up because like it had been like I had been thinking about it for a while. And I know I brought up the example of Ted Cruz's kid. I remember that example, but like I couldn't remember how it started. But all right, cool. Um, so these super duper smart people were trying to make him feel responsible. And my parents said that Tommy and Jade still need help for the sake of the baby, and the baby's well being should be all anybody cares about. And I rolled my eyes, and my parents told me to take this seriously. And there had been a 50% chance the baby was mine. So, how could all those feelings just vanish like that? They said the baby deserves that, and even Tommy to a point, because no matter what, he's still my brother. I suggested they should step up if they feel like help is so deserved because I'm not gonna. And they said I was breaking their hearts and Tommy's heart. And one day I'd break the baby's heart too and think about the bigger picture. Am I the asshole? No.
Oh my god.
What is wrong with y'all? You're being cast as the villain when you've done nothing wrong. Mine is supposed to be so full of love for him and the baby at least that I don't hurt and I can be the bigger person or whatever way they'll try to sell it. Lol. Like the OP is so done. That's absolutely hilarious. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh man, that's insane. What other comments? Every question I saw Darvo and I was instantly interested. Every question asked should be asked of the cheaters. What have they done to deserve your help? Your parents can raise the baby if they're so concerned. They're trying to Darvo you. You're the innocent victim along with the baby, not the asshole. And also, oh my gosh, y'all know what Darvo is. If y'all are my followers, y'all know what Darvo is. Defend aggressive. No, 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 no. It's like what is it? Deny and then aggressive attack aggressively, reverse victim and offender. And you were the innocent victim along with the baby, not the asshole. Yeah, that's most unfortunate. Oh, that's so crazy though. Like I can't even imagine being with somebody like just sloppy pussy, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't know. Like remember one time we read this story, and it was like a pregnant woman OP comes home and she's like super tired and she catches her mom and her husband like fucking in their marital bed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit's crazy. And then it turns out that they were related to all those people, you know what I'm saying? And like I forgot why I brought that story up. It's just, oh, I was just saying like how could you fuck how could you put your penis inside your wife's mother and then turn around and put your dirty penis inside your wife? And then vice versa. How could the mom bring her sloppy pussy back to the father? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, even if you do take a shower, that somebody's been all up in your guts, bro. Like, that's crazy. I can't. And you know what? That's not fair to me because people are out there doing it and they're great people, but I just like in these normal situations like this doesn't feel like in monogamous situations like this is not normal, I guess. Where is Jade's family, man? Probably tired of her shit too. Jade is Delulu, not the Salulu. I'm sick. I'm so done. The whole family's delusional. What's wrong with these people? I'm pretty sure he knew it was a possibility before the baby was born. How is he breaking a little old baby's heart unless they filled his head with BS? And that reminds me of that other story. Remember where the mom didn't really want to have the baby, but was convinced to have the baby, and then didn't want anything to do with the baby. But then the guy kept making her more and more like responsible and kept trying to play happy family. You know what I'm saying? Like they filled that child's head up with like stories of this is what it's going to be like for you. And then when she was like, I'm thinking about terminating my rights, they weaponized that child against her. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, the OP has literally no attachment, none. But I think he should cut everybody off because that shit's crazy. All right. As if they bring it up, right? Doesn't know Uncle Daddy from a stranger. They don't know Uncle Daddy from a stranger on the street. Y'all funny. Well, all
They're gonna
right.
blame him for everything.
Yeah, they're gonna blame him, so
The
he might as
reason
well just
your
run.
life sucks is because your Uncle Daddy left.
Not your Uncle Daddy. Father Daddy.
Father.
Oh my God. All right. Oops, that's the wrong podcast. Anyway. All right. I'm going to go enjoy my chair and I'm going to go enjoy playing a game of League of Legends before I get tired of Slappa's anger, because he does not play MOBAs good. Like, he plays them so good. Like, my husband is like the greatest MOBA player I've ever met, but like, he is an angry gamer, but only with MOBAs. He doesn't do this with any other game, just with MOBAs. League of Legends. So we're gonna play League of Legends, and I'll tell y'all how that goes. I only ever play one character in League of Legends. And I don't even know if I remember how to play that character. All right, all right. Um, Let me sing my theme song or my end song, and I'll leave you guys be. And I hope y'all enjoy the week. And remember, there is no episode this week. Slappa wants to get his chair because he has a terrible ottoman that he's been sitting on. And I hope y'all understand. And I'm sorry once again that we're missing an episode. But I hope y'all know that I do appreciate y'all at all times. And okay. When it's time to go to bed, I know you don't have to be alone, 'cause I'll see you next Thursday on the pod. Or on the live or whatever. All right, guys. Uncle Father. Yes. Good night, guys. Love you guys. Bye.